So this is my week 5 discussion forum for crisis intervention. And the question was, with all the publicity, laws, funding, and other resources that have been devoted to domestic violence, the problem is still endemic to our society. Discuss why you think this is so and what can be done to stop or correct this problem. When it comes to this question, I feel kind of halfway about it because I feel like even though the problem still does exist, domestic violence, I also feel like it's not as bad as it used to be. I feel like it used to be a lot higher than what it is now. And honestly, I think it's still a lot higher even with publicity, laws, everything like that, other resources, is because, for example, a domestic relationship. It's either the people that are in it. That's the problem, because you have people in the relationship who say the abuser, he abuses, and then apologizes for it. And then usually the person who's being abused, the victim, depending on how they feel about that person, sometimes it can be to the point where their confidence is so low and they've dealt with it for so long, they feel as if they deserve it. And they forgive them over and over and over again. And if you do that, you're literally just putting yourself into the same situation that you've always been in. That's one problem with why none of this information works. Like the laws, the funding, anything like that. None of that works at all. Another thing I feel like is the abuser. If you're to the point where you're going to put your hands on somebody constantly to the point where it's called domestic violence, like in a relationship, a domestic abusive relationship, you don't care. Nothing's going to stop you. You're going to keep doing it. And obviously, like, something's not clicking up here. That's pretty much all there is to it. I feel like ways to prevent the situation or preventing it from happening so often is literally, we still need the laws, the publicity, the funding, other resources. Because, I mean, all those resources work. Like, there's therapy, there's anonymous groups, you have AA, domestic abuse, all types of stuff like that. That helps a lot, too. But I feel like one thing that I've seen a lot is, even if the cops are called, I feel like the person should automatically be arrested. There shouldn't be no warnings like, oh, if it happens again, we'll arrest you, or if we have to come back out here again, we'll arrest you, or she's not going to press charges, or he's not going to press charges. So there's really nothing we can do right now. Or just like forcing them to leave the property. I mean, forcing them to leave the property really doesn't do anything, because as soon as you leave, what's stopping them from coming right back? And then either that person's going to be so scared to call you again because they're going to think nothing's going to be done about it. Or, I mean, they're just going to come back as soon as you leave, and you'll have to be called right back out there to the same address. Like, it makes no sense at all. So I feel like, honestly, arresting on the spot is the right way to go, because, I mean, if you don't and you just give a warning, the victim's going to be like, well, what was the whole point of me calling the police in the first place? In no circumstances do I feel like the abuser should get chances and get warnings. That's just not right to me. And I feel like that's one of the biggest issues with police and these situations, honestly. So I feel like that is one major thing that could help prevent, is if you're called, you do your job, you handle it, and you basically say, okay, you're going to jail. Like, especially if it's something where you can automatically look at this victim, even if she says she doesn't want to press charges, or if he doesn't want to press charges. You can look at someone. That's your job as a cop, to look at someone and say, okay, this person isn't able to speak for himself right now. But that's pretty much just my gist on the situation.